Hi ladies, I wanted to actually make last night's training into a video so that we could use it. The training material inside of it is fabulous and something that as we grow our team, we definitely want to share within our first month of coaching with ladies. And so I've decided to take this and make it a movie. So if you couldn't spend last night with us, you are watching the July meeting, and sadly, you're not going to hear all of the shout outs that I had in it for the sake of the video time, but I will post those on our team page. So, welcome and grab a pen and paper. All right, so as you look at this, you're going to see our PRVs in our team building inside of just Team Redefined. So this is not the extension of our family out. This is clearly just our team. And as we look at this, we see we had huge success in our team volume in June. We hit up to $17,000, which is amazing. You guys were rock stars and out there really selling the fabulous product that we have a chance to sell. Why it looks like we go back to 8,000 in July is because we had a wonderful promotion on our team. We had someone hit team manager, and just for the sake of learning, anytime that you have someone underneath you that hits team manager, their actual volume comes out of your team and goes into what is called your downline volume. And that generates all the way down no matter what team they're on. And so with Shannon Pierce hitting our team manager status, her team will actually come out of our team's PR or TRV, and they will start making their own team's TRV. So we get a grace period anytime this happens for 3 months. So we don't have to hit 8,004 is where we have to hit, but guess what, guys? We're going double, so we're going to the 8,000. You may look at this and go, okay, recruitment. So we had 4 new team members in January. February, we had a big push, and we did fabulous. We added 16 new team members to our team. March 6th, April 8th, May 12th, June 8th, and you're probably looking at me going, why in the heck do you have 54 for July? How are we going to possibly do that? Well, here's how we're going to do it. All I did was look back at our team and go, these people are active. They are actively working their business. And then I times them by 2 and got the number 54. Because we're going to play big. And playing big means that every month we're adding at least 2 people to your team every single month. So that's for me all the way to the newest consultant. We're building our team. We're sharing the blessing that we have with Jamberry with everyone, and we're becoming more comfortable with that. So let's talk about some ways that we will make that happen and help support you in that. As we move to the next slide, this is our bingo board. And so I encourage you to play the bingo because what it's going to do is give you a lot of income generating activities. You may see that abbreviated as an IGA throughout the month. And we talk about income generating activities a lot when we talk about what do you do during your business hours instead of when we just say I'm going to work from 6 to 8 tonight on my Jamberry business. What we want to do is start feeling that with income generating activities. So what are those? Well, on this bingo board, you'll see some of them. But this basically is the incentive. What really are the activities is our next slide, which is these are fields. So save this on, take a snapshot and save it on your desktop because not just July, you can do these anything. Today is Get 5 No's. What does that mean? That means sharing the opportunity, sharing, hey, I am working for this fabulous company. I've had a blast doing it. I've got a 48-hour sneak peek in it. I think you actually would do fabulous with Jamberry. I'd love to partner with you. We're great friends already. Why not let's be great friends and hang out and make some money together? Doesn't that sound great? So would you like to be in my sneak peek? You're going to get a yes or a no. Well, you're going to ask so many people until you get 5 no's. Because what potentially may happen is you get 20 yeses. Or you do this maybe for for asking people to host a nail night for you. You're going to learn tonight that the word party makes people run. Don't say party. Ask them, do you want to host a nail night? I'll come in, teach everybody how to use our fabulous product. Then ladies can purchase the product and start seeing how great their nails look and how much money they start saving because they're not going to the salon, and how healthy their nails are after they remove the wraps versus if they had gone to the salon and put acrylics or gel on top. So those are income generating activities. So you need to start moving those into your office hours that you have and you plan each week. So we begin to talk about playing big. Margie is a wonderful author that I actually found, and she makes a great statement. And her quote is, "Imagine how incredibly different the world would be if everyone committed to playing big." We sell ourselves short so often because we're fearful that we may be rejected. We've got to step away because I read a quote the other day that says, "Fear has killed more dreams than actual failure." It's because we're afraid to do things differently. So I'm going to start for just the summer month, a summer book club. And Margie actually is the author of these 3 amazing books. You'll be able to sign up through a link on our team page, but only through Friday, which is going to be July 7th. You've got to sign up for your book club if you want to participate, and then you'll just go through your book club with what I like to call your tribe, the other ladies who have decided to read that book. So on the link you found on our team page simply will be, I want to read this book. You click it. There's descriptions about what each book is about. They're quick and easy reads, but can really help us not only grow our personal business, but just grow in life in general. So make sure to sign up for those. So let's start our training. By no means did I come up with this. This was actually a training that I was in and listened to and basically took notes and wanted to share with my team. So tonight we're going to talk about how to generate conversation on Facebook through your post. So how to get people talking, commenting below your post. And then how do you turn that comment into a sale without being that scary sales lady that just network vomits on someone or runs you off from the product because they tell you too much or they're too aggressive. So make sure you've got your notebooks ready because you're going to learn 3 types of questions as you're watching this that you're going to want to start to vary in your post book pages on your personal page and your business page. Remember, you don't want to clutter your personal page. So think about the 80-20 rule. 80% your life and 20% Jamberry is what I generally do on my personal page. But this is great for VIP groups. This is great for business pages. And it's great for your personal page. So here's a prime example of a picture that we would typically post. This is not mine. Pinterest and Flickr will become your best friend as you begin to move into these. That's where I find all my pictures. Pinterest and Google, make sure they don't have someone else's site on them. But there's lots of pictures out there. And then Flickr is where you get your Jamberry actual professional photos. But here's a great picture. The number one mistake that I see, and I'm really guilty of doing it myself, is I'll post this picture on my Facebook page and maybe say, "Love my jams." Or I may say, "Message me for samples." Or I may say, "Want to get these wraps for free?" Well, guess what? Who is liking and who is commenting on that? Well, probably no one is commenting unless they're your jam sister, because we do that to push the feed up. We know when we support each other by posting and liking and loving and commenting on our posts, it helps move posts to the top of everyone's newsfeed. But you're probably not going to get many people to comment on that post. You may get a few likes, maybe a heart, but no one's really going to comment when you say, "Love my jams." No one's going to message you if you say, "Message me for samples." You probably will get 0 people messaging you. And then we get bummed and we think, this business is not for me. No one asked for samples. Who doesn't want samples? It's all because we phrased this wrong. So learn with me 3 types of questioning. All right, the first one, on a scale. We're going to talk today about on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, or how many days a week, or how many times in a month, or how often do you? And then there's multiple choice. So let's dive deeper using the same exact photo that I just showed you. Here we go. Here's a great generating question or comment for Facebook or Instagram. On a scale of 1 to 5, and actually I know it says in parentheses 10 being the highest. That's because I really took the scale backwards when I was making this. So it really should say, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, how important is coffee in your day? What am I doing? I'm making people talk. Guess how many people are going to go, 5, 5, 5, me, oh my gosh, can't live without coffee, love coffee. Some people may go 0, coffee is bad for you, da-da-da-da. You're generating conversation. But what are you also doing at the same time you're doing this? You're adding in a sneaky route picture. People are looking at those nails going, look how great they look. So this is what I would call a mediocre good scale question. You ask the question, you're going to get a lot of good feedback on it, but it's not going to lead you into tons of spots to be able to really comment and find out. So watch how I switch this on a scale question to generate conversation that is going to let me know and be able to talk about my products. Here's a better question. Same thing. Got this photo. Actually, Instagram is another great place to find photos. And I think this one came off Instagram. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, how confident does a manicure make you feel? Anyone that says anything from a 3 or higher, they really need your product. So how do we lead that? Because you're going to generate conversation. You're going to have ladies going 5, 4. Most people who comment on this will be 3, 4, or 5. You are rarely going to have someone that says a manicure does not make me feel confident about myself. There is something about having your nails done and completed that adds a confidence booster to a woman's self-esteem. So what do we do when we get those 3, 4s, and 5s? All right, so anyone, let's say a lady says a 4. So what do? The first thing you're going to do is private message her. And in this private message, you're going to use her name. Let's say her name is Jessica. You're going to say, hey, Jessica. You're going to always start with a compliment or an empathizing statement or adding on to something they said to start the conversation that you want with them. So you're going to keep it short. So make sure if you're a talker, you go back and you make yourself reread it. All right? So you're going to say, hey, Jessica, I totally agree with you. A manicure boosts my self-esteem and my confidence so much. You are not going to mention Jamberry. You're not going to do anything about Jamberry Buy My Product right now. We are simply reaching out, making our first contact, using our name, commenting, and empathizing, but we want to leave it with a question. Because notice when I said it the first time, I said, I totally agree with you, period. Well, that didn't leave her for any conversation to talk back to me. So we're going to leave it with a question. So try this. Jessica, I totally agree with you. A manicure helps me feel so professional. What color do you love keeping on your nails? I left it now with a question because I want you to imagine that what I've done is Jessica is like a little hole. And I'm starting to dig into her hole to know more about her. I wish you could see me right now. I'm actually physically like in the motion of digging. I'm wanting to learn more about Jessica and her style and what she loves, because then I'm going to go into the nail stylist mode and I'm going to suggest some things that would be great for her. Because I'm a professional. I sell Jamberry because I love the product and I'm good at being able to help people pick out what fits them best. That's your role. You are a nail stylist. You help people. Imagine I went into a boutique the other week, and I had the most fantastic sales girl. She made me think when I walked out she was my best friend. What did she do? She asked my name. She talked to me using my name. So we instantly had a connection. Hey, Mary, tell me some things you like. Okay, tell me, do you like this? Yes or no? What do you not like about it? And what do you love about it? Because then she became my personal shopper. I barely needed to go through the racks. I ended up buying a pair of jeans from her in the middle of the summer in Charlotte. It is so humid in Charlotte. I will never wear jeans in the summer in Charlotte here. But she got me. How did she get me? Because she made me feel important. She spent time focusing on me. She made a connection with me. I became entrusted her. That is the relationship we have to have with customers, is a relationship of trust before you sell. So let's talk now. All right, so we sent that message about it makes me feel professional too, Jessica. Tell me, what color do you love to wear on your nails? Send. She responds back, I always tend to pick out pinks. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that from ladies. They tend to go to pinks. Okay, whatever. She tells you whatever color. So you instantly back, you say, tell me a little bit about your style. What are you generally like to wear during the work week? Or know her. If she's a stay-at-home mom, her work week is probably yoga pants and a t-shirt with food from their kids thrown up on it. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's what we wear. We don't dress up to go to work. Our work is with our families. So know her. If she's a stay-at-home mom, I might phrase that to, tell me a little bit about your style. What do you love to wear to a social event or a night that your husband says, you go out with your girlfriends and I'll keep the kids? What do you like to wear? What colors? So she's telling me about her style. While she's doing this, in my brain, I flip to my wish list. What are things that she would love that we have? What products match her style? She responds back, I'm pretty plain. I wear solid colors. Or maybe she says, I'm in scrubs all week. Your response becomes the nail stylist. May I? You ask permission. Don't jump in and have pictures flying her way or saying, I would then suggest for you. I want you to say, may I? You're asking permission. May I share with you a few manicures that people with your similar style are loving to wear? Because what those keywords, that people with your similar style, or people who also love whatever style she told you, or people who love to wear pinks or reds. I am now asked her permission to show her things, but I'm telling her what people like her like to wear. So she begins to think, oh wow, there's other people out there like me and they have their style and it fits in Jamberry, because a lot of women think they can't wear Jamberry because they think they have to wear something wild and crazy, and that scares some women. So when we make them feel comfortable to know there's a whole group of people with your exact style who love XYZ, she is going to respond with sure or okay. You are rarely ever going to get a no because you asked permission. So now, see, when we ask permission, we're not the crazy network girl. Okay, we've asked. So now you're ready to send her 3 or 4 photos of great wraps that do fit her style. This will take you time to do, but this is part of being your job. We are not sell, sell, sell. I don't care what you buy. I want you to become the type of nail stylist that matches the exact wraps with the exact right person. So she told me she likes pinks. She tends to wear solid colors. She told me that she feels her style is a little boring, which boring just means reserved, okay? That's a clear flag for I don't want to send her a wild and crazy wrap. She wants something more reserved. So I went into Pinterest, Instagram, Flickr, and found the wraps that I would suggest for this customer of mine. So watch what I have chosen. I'm going to send her these 3 photos, and I would probably label them A, B, or C, or send them one at a time. You may even make collages and do that. That would be really nice because you don't want to over-send to her. So maybe you make a collage of these, and you go, okay, girl, the first one, Jessica, is actually our color of the year. So you say you love pinks. Well, guess what? You actually are hitting right in fashion. The first is our rose quartz wrap that is added with the lovely pink lotus wrap. Looks amazing on. It's very soft and simple, very chic. Another B, I'm going to move over to the s'mores picture. If you want something a little bit spicier, or maybe this is where we go the next time you shop, but something a little spicier, I love to make combos for my customers. So watch what I typically add. I typically like to add a solid color with a stripe or a chevron, some small, simple design of lines with a print. So florals are great prints to start with if you want something that's more chic and something to go with your solids. I would suggest the floral. The last photo is going to showcase one of our top items, which is our gel polishes. This is actually, again, our rose quartz, that color of the year, in a gel polish matched with one of our wraps that adds a little sparkler. It gives you that glamour, but again, that beautiful, crisp look that you are going for every day in your professional career. That's how I'm going. And I'm going to think about what I say to her before I do it. Again, don't clutter her with lots of things. Make it short and sweet. Then I'm going to say, which of these wraps excite you the most? Notice how I said that. Had I said something like, which one do you like the best? That gives her the opportunity to say, what? None of them. Or if I had said, tell me your favorite, maybe she likes a mixture. So I added that very strategically and said, which of these excites you the most? Because then I'm going to move from I've picked out, I've designed the correct combo wrap for you. I can suggest more based off of that, or I can go ready to go into the sale. So the next you say, can I share some options with you for getting these wraps of your choice? Again, I would add in your choice because it goes back to bringing her in charge of what she loves, not you demanding she buy something. She's picked these out as her favorites. Then you're able to offer your 2 options. 1, I can just become your simple private nail stylist. It is a joy of mine to help women find great combinations of our wraps that match their particular style, because then I know that what you're wearing on your hands is non-toxic, and I know you're going to be saving money and not going to the salon spending $50, $60. I know you're going to be paying $7.50 for your wrap and manicure. We can work on this as a month by month. Or you can actually earn these wraps for free by having a nail night with me. And nail nights are super fun. It gets women out of the home. I simply have a great application process that I show the ladies, and then they get to actually play with some of my samples and my gel polishes to see what actually they like, and I also help them match combinations that fit their style. Everyone walks away with a win-win and a fabulous manicure for just coming. Doesn't that sound exciting for someone to do? Notice how I phrased all those things, but I didn't network and vomit all over her about host a party, get them for free. Now, I also want you to notice that when she agrees to have the nail bar, and I use the word nail bar, that's what I do because I think that's a spicy way to say it. Don't use the word party. Parties make people run for the door. Stop using the word, do you want to have a party? Do you want to have a nail bar? Do you want to have a wine and rap party? Or excuse me, I didn't mean to say party. A wine and rap night. See, I even have to work to keep that word out of my vocabulary, but people run from the word party. So I tell people, hey, let's have a nail bar. I can do this day or these days in this month. I give 3 options and I give the dates for the next one. Because guess what? If you say to her, great, you want to have a nail bar? When do you want to have it? Guess what happens? You get that comment that says, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with you. Then you hear crickets, crickets, crickets. She never gets back with you. So stop saying it that way. Go back and you offer the dates that you can do and give a mixture. Maybe we could do a mimosa Manny nail bar on Saturday, or I have open a margarita tequila Thursday nail bar that I love to do on this date. You're giving her things and it's more spicy than boring. And I think about that when I used to work in education. We talked about the type of verbs that you use. Do you use a spicy verb or do you use a boring verb that needs to die, such as good? Okay, so we're going to be using spicy words to get someone hooked and go, that sounds amazing. All right, so basically that's the whole process. Now I'm going to teach you 2 other types of questioning, but your private message following up will never change, okay? And I'm telling you to do this over private messaging with her. So she's commented on your post, you go to the private message. You want to do it pretty quickly after your post and you've got some things. You don't have to sit there and hawk and watch it, but you're going to do it within a day or 2 so that she knows and keeps fresh on her mind what she just commented on. That process never changes, but the types of questions to generate conversation can change. So we have on scale. Let's talk about how many days or how many times, and let's talk about a multiple choice question. We're going to move into this. So this is my little daughter that I would post, and I would say, Moms, how many hours do you think you spend watching the Mickey Mouse Club? Because my kid, I spend so many hours watching the Mickey Mouse Club. Guess what? I'm going to have moms commenting below going, oh my gosh, me too, like 12 hours, 5 hours, me. Because guess what is in the back of my mind? This was an intentional question. We have Junior Mickey Mouse Raps. I'm going to private message and talk. I'm going to take the whole conversation and I'm going to sell the Mickey Mouse Junior Wraps. So I'm private message, hey Jessica, my kid is amazingly insane about Mickey Mouse. Honey, I just put some Mickey Mouse nails on her and she is obsessed. Do you want to learn some more about how adorable they are on our girls? And then she's going to say, sure. Then you're going to be able to go into that, show her. Talk to me about which characters does your kid like the most. Mine's obsessed with Minnie. Does your daughter have a particular character? Because guess what? What if she goes, oh, she loves Mickey and Minnie, and oh my gosh, we cannot get enough Frozen. Well, hello, you opened up a whole new door of another sell product. Okay, so then you show her, you give her the options, follow the same thing, asking for permission. Can I show you some of the wraps that people with your type of kid are loving? Okay, so we're moving into that. The next type of multiple choice I showed you below was, which of these shoes would you wear out, on a night out? Okay, I've got A, B, C. This is a multiple choice type of question. So people below are going to be commenting A, B, C, okay? Is there really a difference in any of these photos? No. All of their toes need to be wearing my wraps. So whether you choose A, I'm going to comment and empathize with you. Girl, I am the same way. I want to wear flats when I go out, but cute flat styles. Tell me what color do you typically wear out with your shoes? Again, diving in deeper about her style. B, girl, I am the same way. My feet are in heels all day, and I love to just wear some flat, simple shoes out. And guess what I do? I fancy my toes up, and people think I've spent hours. Tell me, what do you wear on your toes? Digging deeper. See the girl that wears the heels. Girl, those are some fabulous shoes. I am the exact same way. I love wearing them. Never tell her, girl, Jessica, I love wearing those tall shoes, but I don't know how you do it. How do you stand in those heels all day? Do never go into a negative role, okay? Always stay positive with them. And I think the word do never may be so incorrectly spoken. I am sorry. I was rehearing that, and I was like, do never. Well, that sounds as country as it can get. But never take it into a negative way. All right. Other great ways to think about your questionings, okay? So if you're sitting there going, okay, you showed me some great questions, Mary, but I don't even know where to start. Start with colors. Colors are great. You know, you can post a beautiful picture of Prince and his purple outfit and say, who out there on a scale of 1 to 5 thinks that they maybe wear purple every day just like Prince did? Okay? What you're doing is you're generating conversation. But remember, you need to stay in the 3 types of questions: the scale, the multiple choice, or in the how many times or how many during a week. Stay in those types of questionings. But colors, holidays, how many weddings. Think about weddings. Think about proms. These are just multiple different things. Animals. We have a whole animal print. So just think about all that as you begin to go. We go into college football season. How many hours do you spend having to watch your husband's favorite college team on a Saturday? We're moving into that. Or we're at the Carolina Panthers. On a scale of 1 to 5, tell me how big of a Carolina Panther fan are you? Because those ladies that are showing me the 3, 4s, and 5s, I need to get you some Panther wraps. Maybe I even design them for you. Maybe we don't have those because we don't have Panther wraps right now. So I'm going to be going into the nail art studio, and I'm going to have already designed these. Okay, so before you post some of those questions, maybe think, do I have a wrap that matches that? If not, I'm going to go make one. All right, so that wraps up our training for tonight, and I want to really talk to you think about the difference in the direct sales scary lady that's all about buy, buy, buy for me, and think about how much different your business could be if you are the professional, you're the nail stylist that's helping women make great combinations, find great wraps, great gels for a fraction of the cost at the salon, because you're more worried about helping them be happy, helping them feel more confident about themselves, because we know a manicure and a pedicure makes your self-esteem and confidence boost. So that's what I'm more worried about, that my customers are there in their mind frames. I'm more worried that my customers are using non-toxic items than I am ever about the sale and me selling a product. Stop going into that direct sales scary mode. So intentionally make yourself start thinking about that. Your VIP groups, guys, this is a great time for you to really start knowing your VIP ladies that are your great customers, because guess what? We're going to launch that new catalog in September. You're going to get a sneak peek. So day 1, when that that catalog is ready to launch in September, guess what? For every one of my VIP customers, I will already have made a collage made for them based off of their style. Start watching what they wear right now. What do they post? Get more info on them. Start thinking about that, because I am going to buy from you if you make me feel important. I'm going to refer you to every single one of my friends if you teach me how to apply my wraps correctly. And you are designing my combinations for me, because the number one reason people don't wear combinations is ladies don't know how to. So if you don't know how to create a combo, I always tell people start here. Start with a solid or simple, and then add maybe a mixture of a simple stripe or chevron, polka dot, something light and gentle, and then clear it off with something that's pretty like a floral, or you can go into your animal prints or your hobbies or different things. Those are great ways to start thinking about how to help your customers make combinations. We even on our personalizing the party, remember we have that document we talk about, you could have a whole party on teaching ladies how to create combinations. So I want to leave you with some final thoughts, and one of my favorite ones is the very beginning, because Mary Kay clearly did something right. She has a huge business. And one quote that she says is, pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, make me feel important. Not only will you succeed in sales, but you'll also succeed in life. And that is the philosophy we need to start having, is make your customers feel special. Do not make your customers feel used. Make them feel special. Another one, the more you say, the less people remember. The fewer the words, the greater the profit. Don't network vomit on them. It's the same when we start to recruit. Listen, and then say, would you like to join my sneak peek? It's got so many great things for you to learn about, and I think that you and I together would make an incredible duo. What do you think about me adding you to it? Keep things simple and start to learn. And then the power of someone's name. Don't forget that's one of the sweetest words they know is their name. The last thing I'll leave you with is to go big. Look at these statistics. The majority of sales are made on the 5th and the 12th contact. Follow up. Being persistent, but in a positive, persistent way, will make you more successful. But sadly, the majority of people stop. Well, some people don't even make follow-ups. Half of the people don't ever follow up with someone, and then the rest of us quit very early because we get discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Have the mentality that you're going big. You're adding 2 team members every month, and you're hitting 500 in your sales volume. And watch your team go big.